Today's workout is a weighted workout, so you can pick your weights. I'm using 2 kilos today and I'm going to sit, but you can do this standing. If you're going to stand, be really aware of your posture. Try and keep the rest of the body as still as possible. Slightly croaky voice today, I'm just going to go with it. I think it's the rain, but a little bit of hay fever. So, we're going to start by working our biceps. Standard bicep curl, palms facing forward, so the weights are in the hands, elbows in tight by the side, and we're just going to bend up towards. So I'm going to turn to the side. I want to do these with you. So we're just coming up and down, keeping those wrists straight and solid. We're not allowing the wrists to curl up. It's the biceps we want to work. Also, what I often see is that people lift their arms forward, so keep those elbows in tight to your waist or to your rib cage. The movement is purely in the elbow joint. Nice. And slow and controlled. Remember, when you've had enough, you stop. If you find that you are doing very many more than I am, you need to go up a level with the weights, so go up half a kilo or half a pound or a pound. If you are finding it too difficult, either you go down a weight or you're just going to do less. So if you're only managing 3, you're working in strength zone. If you only manage 6, you're going to be working very, very hard. If you manage 10 to 12, actually you're going to be just maintaining what you've got and maybe adding a little bit on, but only managing 6 to 8 reps is not a sin. Actually, you're going to be working very much harder than somebody who does very many more. Let's bring that back. Give that a rest for a moment. Keeping the weight safe. Okay, our next exercise is going to work the tops of the shoulders, and we're going to do a lateral raise. So I'm very carefully making sure these are balanced on my lap. Arms are coming to the side. What we're going to be doing, keeping the ribs up, head still, and arms slightly softly bent. You're just going to come up to shoulder height, no higher, and back down. So up to shoulder height, and back down. Again, taking it up both sides, and back down. Now, you're almost definitely going to find that you do less for this than you did for biceps. I often go for a lighter weight when I do a lateral raise, if I have more than one set of weights with me. So you may find you only do 4 or 5, that's fine. You do what's right for you. When you've had enough, take those weights back to a place of safety. Well done. If you can manage more, do, but if your form's going, if you suddenly find that you're leaning forward, that your head's moving, then it's time to stop. Let's go back to the biceps this time. A dumbbell curl. So with the dumbbell curl, the weights are in sort of this position. So instead of with the palms up, they're in towards the body. Works very similar muscles. Think about your posture. Be aware of how you're sitting. Keep that chest lifted, elbows in to the side of the body as you come up. So all the movement again comes from the elbow. Coming up and back down. And as always, if you only do 2 or 3, you are really working in the strength zone. Probably you need to go for some slightly lighter weights. What I'm looking for here really is around 8 to 10. Not sure how many I'm doing, but obviously I want you to have a chance to do at least 8. If you're finding that it's very easy just to do those 8, a couple of things you can do. Slow it down a little bit will make it a bit harder, and obviously next time pick slightly harder, slightly heavier weights to make that exercise a little bit harder. Okay, let's rest. Next exercise is a frontal raise, where we take the arms out in front. So very, very similar to the side raise. We're only coming up to shoulder height. What you do here, arms start by the side, this sort of position, and you're going to come straight up in front. Try and stay facing me. Ideally, you want to be looking forward. Lift and lower. Lift. And this again is quite a hard one. Be really aware of what's happening to your body. Easy to sort of move there. If you find that that is enough for you, and I will admit for me that one is quite hard today, so I'm going to come back and rest and just give my back a little bit of relief. So if you feel you need to, if your back's feeling a little bit stiff, maybe a mini roll down, holding on tightly to those weights of course, just to stretch through the back, coming back up. What I'll do next is work the triceps. Now this one is quite hard, I find, to get people to do with weights. And what we need to do for this one is lean slightly forward. In fact, I'm going to move my chair around. There are too many shadows when I'm doing it the other way. You're going to be both arms. You're going to lean slightly forward, keep the elbows back slightly behind the body, in tight to the body, and you're going to go back and in. Now, what I see here is I see an awful lot of this. That's not what we want. Keep those hands in tight. So if you start with the weights almost on your waist, pull those elbows back in tight, just as back as far as you comfortably can. Straighten the arms out behind you and back in, so you're leaning slightly forward. If you find it too much to do this, if you're in a standing position, you want to lean on something, you might want to do one at a time. If you look, my elbows, my shoulders aren't moving, all the movement comes from the elbows. You look at where the point of my elbows are. I'm keeping the wrist straight, all the movement, again, as I said, through the elbows. Watch you don't let the elbows point out to the side or the shoulders scrunch up. And you should have felt that in the back of the arms. If you didn't, put a comment down below and I will post an extra little video showing how to do those a little bit more effectively. Okay. Our next exercise is again to work a different part of the shoulders. We're working on the muscles to help fill the skin in our arms with a little more muscle to hide any bat wings or help bat wings not look quite so bad. So we're going to do another raise. This time we're going to go on the diagonal. So we've done, I'm going to put my weights really safely. I'll show you without. We've done our lateral raise, yeah? We've done our frontal raise. I want to go halfway out. So we're going to come down and up on that diagonal. So again, hands over the top, arms out to the side. I actually quite like to take mine out, the weights out at about a 45 degree. I find that works that part of the muscle. Again, only up to shoulder height. Be aware of what's happening elsewhere. You might find your shoulders beginning to get quite tight. This might be working a slightly different part of the muscle, but it's still the same muscle group. So it is quite an intense workout, particularly if, like me, you've gone up a little bit of weight. When we're doing this in class, we're generally using half a kilo. I'm using 2 today. Oh, and release. There's rest. I'm sitting with my legs a little bit wider now. If you've got heavy weights and your shoulders are really beginning to get tired, you can do this next one with just the one weight. And in fact, I'm going to do that because my shoulders are beginning to ache and my back's beginning to ache a little bit. So bringing the dumbbell, or a slightly heavier one if you want, or both. If you've got smaller dumbbells, you should be able to put your hands over the top. Drop that down between your legs, and you're just going to bring that slider up your body. Bring the elbows up to shoulder height without scrunching up the shoulders, so keep the shoulders down and drop down. Coming up and down. So upright row and down. Up and down. Watch that you've got that chest lifted. You see, again, the movement is coming this time from the shoulders and the elbows. Keeping the weight fairly close to the body. And if you've got a heavier weight, you might find that you want to hold it underneath and lift it up. my weight doesn't really lend to holding it that way, so I'm holding the bulbous end. What? Not see there? Not that. It's keep those hands, those wrists solid, bringing it up and bringing it up and well done. So if you had both weights, you might have done a few less than that. Again, absolutely fine. If you find you enjoy this workout, you might find you actually want to have a couple of different weights for next time you do it, so that you can change weights between the exercises. We're going to start here, push up straight. So you can stay in your chair. I've just done this so you can see me. I'm going to turn slightly sideways to lose that shadow. Elbows are about shoulder height, arms nice and wide in goal pose. Push up straight, come back down, well done. Push up straight. Keeping the rest of the body still, be aware of your head position. Think of retracting the chin, looking straight forward. Push and down. Breathing out as you go up. Try and keep that chest down, so you're not allowing it to push forward. Trying to keep the head still. And when you've had enough, bring the weights back down. Okay, I'm going to finish off with a couple of stretches. I'm going to put my weight safely on the mat. Come back into my chair. Take the right arm across the body and give it a little stretch. So I'm taking it, hand onto the shoulder, let that slide and just give me a little push. You can either keep the leg bent, the arm bent, or you can straighten it out the whole way. Go with what feels right for you. You'll be feeling the stretch across the shoulder there. Let's change arms, take it to the other side. So again, about shoulder height, let that hand slide. If you prefer to straighten the arm out, this is the sort of stretch you might have seen it done as before. Watch the arms not too low, which is why I like to let that hand just slide over the shoulder. Well done. Next stretch even is to stretch the back of the arm. Take the arm up in the air, drop back. So for me, I've got lots of mobility here. We're trying to keep the body upright. I could clasp my hands behind. Some of you might find you're here. If you're here, you're just going to push. You'll be feeling the stretch in the arm here. Not out to the side, in close to the body, pull it up. With a bit of luck, you can take the hand up onto the top of the elbow and hold it up, but just be aware that you're not sticking your chest forward. Really, what's most important is you're feeling the stretch here, whether it's here, or I can catch behind. Most of you aren't going to be able to do that. I've got rather super mobile shoulders. Okay, coming to the other side, exactly the same thing. Arm comes up, you might be here, here. Whatever works for you to feel the stretch in the back of the arm. Watch it's not dropping out to the side. Bring it in, it's close to the face. And feel the stretch in the back of the arm. And a couple more I really like to do when we've been doing this. Apart from maybe give it a little bit of a circle, is bring the arms out in front of you. Think you're going to keep the arms around chin height. You can clasp the fingers if you want, or hold the hands one on top of the other, which is my favourite version. You're going to pull the arms out as far as they'll go, and then pull the elbows out, then take the head forward as if you're rolling over a ball. Stay where you are. If you're not sure what I've done there, I'm going to show you again. So what I did, I'm going to lean forward so that you can see a little bit better. I take the arms out straight in front, and then I pull the elbows out to the side, and then I take my head over as if it's over a ball. So once you're in that position, stretching through the upper back of the neck, you might find you've got an area of tension, so I quite like just to move my hands a little bit, maybe to one side or the other. Feel where that area of tension is. And keep breathing and release. I like then to push my hands away, whether you've got the fingers interlaced or not. Take the arms above the head, and then stretch the hands, palms out, all the way down. And here, you can either the chair, clasp the chair behind and just squeeze back, feel the stretch. I'm leaning forward, squeezing back, or Hands here, squeeze back and stretch. Or just open out without letting the chest come forward, open up across the front, feel the stretch. So whichever one works for you. My favourite is coming here and just pulling the shoulders back. So I apologise for my croaky voice. I blame having been away for a couple of days, different pollen, everything's gone a little bit hoarse, and the rain coming down today as well. I hope you enjoyed that workout. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel to get towards monetization, where I might actually get paid something for the hundreds of hours I've spent on this. But also, comment down below exercises you like, hate, any I didn't explain properly would be great. If you say, Kim, I didn't understand that exercise, I would love to hear. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.